Dubai just had a record year for property sales, and that changes things for investors in 2026. If you want to understand how the market really works, not just surface level information, watch the next few minutes. If you're considering investing in Dubai real estate in 2026, it is extremely important to understand the map of the city, not just community names, but structure, roads, infrastructure, airports, business hubs, and expansion corridors. When you understand how Dubai is physically built, you start to understand how capital moves. And once you understand capital flow, investment decisions become much clearer. Dubai's freehold property market opened in 2002. At that time, as you can see, most of the city was concentrated around Deira and Bur Dubai. That was the commercial heart. Over the past 2 decades, Dubai expanded southward in phases. Infrastructure first, then master communities, then commercial density. Now in 2026, the city is operating within its 2040 urban master plan phase with major attention around Dubai South and Al Maktoum International Airport. Dubai doesn't grow randomly, it grows in layers, and those layers matter. Here is the map of Dubai, which has been labeled with all the key areas that you need to know. Before we talk about the areas of the city, what I like to do is to first understand it through its road network. As you can see now, you've got Sheikh Zayed Road, which is what I class as Zone 1 Dubai. And then you've got Al Khail Road, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, E311. Then you have the E611 Emirates Road at the back of the city. And as you can see, these roads go deeper and deeper into the desert. The best way to describe these roads, as I mentioned, is by zone. We don't really have a zoning system as we would do, for example, in London. But we can say that these roads are indicative of where those zones are. So Sheikh Zayed Road people class as Zone 1, and anything past E611 people class as Zone 5 in the city. The first thing I always like to explain is where the original city of Dubai was located, which was Bur Dubai and Deira. This is the area that you see here that sits very close to the current airport DXB. 20 years ago, when Dubai was much smaller, this was essentially the core of the city. Everything expanded outward from this point in a very strategic manner. Today, what we have is not a city with a single center like many global cities. It has 2 main city centers, the first hub being the Burj Khalifa district. This includes downtown Dubai, Business Bay, DIFC. DIFC operates under its own independent legal framework. This area is the main business and financial center of Dubai. The second hub of the city is Marina District, and that includes Dubai Marina, JLT, and Palm Jumeirah. This area is less corporate and more of a lifestyle driven. It attracts tourism because of the beach, the ocean, and the palm. Both of these hubs sit along Sheikh Zayed Road, which is why they are considered central and prime. Between downtown and Marina, you have Al Quoz, which is an industrial zone and a large land parcel. Next to Al Quoz is Al Barsha. At the top of Al Barsha is Barsha Heights, which is a free zone with many office buildings. However, most of Al Barsha is not available for freehold ownership. It is primarily local villa housing. If you walk through Al Barsha, you will mainly see local style villas. Next to Barsha is Emirates Living, one of Dubai's early master communities developed by Emaar. It began handing over in the late 2000 and early 2010. Within Emirates Living, you have premium villa and townhouse communities such as Emirates Hills, often referred to as the Beverly Hills of Dubai, the meadows, the lakes, and the springs. Nearby, you also have Jumeirah Park and Jumeirah Islands, which are developed by Nakheel. If we shift back towards the downtown side, The closest villa and townhouse community to that core is District 1, developed by Nakheel and centered around operational crystal lagoons. As we move further into the desert, we enter what can be described as central suburban locations. These include JVC, JVT, Town Square, Mira, and Mira Oasis. These areas offer a mix of property types. For example, JVC is mainly apartments. JVT is largely townhouses and villas. Arjan is apartment focused. Town Square offers both apartments and townhouses. Mira and Mira Oasis are primarily townhouse communities. These central suburbs provide variety in property types and price points. Moving further right on the map between E311 and E611, you have a large stretch of land predominantly used for villa and townhouse communities. Popular areas here include Arabian Ranches 2, and Arabian Ranches 3. And more upcoming communities include Haven, Athlon, and The Acres. Closer toward Al Ain Road, you find established townhouse communities such as Villanova and the Villa Project. Along Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, E311, there's also a distinctive community called Al Barari, primarily villa-based with some apartment buildings, surrounded by greenery and forest-style landscaping, which is unique within Dubai's desert setting. Nearby, you also have apartment-focused areas such as Majan and City of Arabia. Heading further toward Al Ain Road, you see multiple communities positioned along this route. Many residents live in these areas while commuting to downtown, as Al Ain Road is typically less congested compared to other highways. Key communities include Emirates Accommodation and District 11. District 11 is mainly villa plots sold to private developers building luxury villas up to Al Ain Ridge. Then you reach Maidan, a large land parcel containing several sub-communities. Within Maidan, you have Nad Al Shiba Gardens, which are mainly off-plan, delivering in coming years. Soba Heartland 2, and Azizi Riviera. These are mainly apartment communities with some villas and townhouses included. A key neighboring master community near Al Ain Road is Dubai Hills Estate, developed by Emaar. Dubai Hills Estate is primarily villas and townhouses centered around a golf course, with a growing number of apartment buildings coming online. It also includes Dubai Hills Mall, one of the most popular retail destinations for residents. If I take you a little bit further back from Al Ain Road, you have a couple of key communities which are what I class as Zone 5 Dubai. These areas are considered to be a strong investment because you can buy at a really low price point today. Some of these include The Valley and Damak Hills 2. Damak Hills 2 has existed for some time and was once considered very far from the city center. However, as Dubai expands into the desert, it has become more connected than before. If you observe Dubai on a satellite map, development slows before reaching Dubai South. Dubai South is crucial because operations from the current airport are expected to move to new Al Maktoum International Airport, which is planned to become the largest airport in the world. At present, Dubai South is still under development, making it attractive for early-stage investors. Key projects in this zone include Expo City, which will be positioned as a future city center alongside downtown and the marina. Dubai South Residential District, which will be mainly apartments, townhouses, and villas. Emaar South, that will be partially completed with additional phases handing over. And Hayat, a government-backed villa and townhouse project delivering over the next 3 to 4 years. There is a second Palm Island, significantly larger than Palm Jumeirah. Palm Jumeirah is fully developed, and pricing is already high with limited upside. The Palm Jebel Ali is newly relaunched, with villas launching and apartments expected soon. It presents early-stage investment potential. One of the key areas that are often overlooked is Jebel Ali Port, that is highlighted here. You cannot purchase residential property there, but it is a major contributor to Dubai's economy. Many assume real estate or tourism is the largest sector, but wholesale trade and retail contribute a significant portion of Dubai's economy, which is largely driven by activity at Jebel Ali Port. This wholesale and retail trade sector was recorded a 4.5% growth in 2025 and will definitely continue to grow much more in the coming years. For investors, especially the waterfront property buyers, there are areas like Sukim and Jumeirah. But it is important to understand that not all coastal areas are available for freehold ownership. Some beachfront zones are restricted to only GCC nationals. Freehold waterfront areas tend to have stronger long-term appreciation potential due to limited supply. So that's a brief overview of how I explain Dubai and the different areas you can buy into. But it's important to understand that not all communities are built the same way. Across the city, you'll find apartment areas, townhouse, and villa-based master developments. I'm going to highlight these on the map so you can clearly see where each type is located. So, this map shows how Dubai is divided by property type and land use. The coastal and central areas are mainly apartment dominated with higher density and strong rental demand. Moving inward, you'll see more townhouse clusters within mixed communities. Further out, villa communities become more common, offering lower density living. Industrial zones are positioned separately, focused on logistics and commercial activity rather than residential use. This map highlights Dubai's designated freehold areas, where foreign investors can buy property with full ownership rights and a registered title deed. Within these zones, ownership is legally protected, allowing buyers to sell, lease, or hold the property freely. Identifying these areas is essential for international investors entering the market. This map outlines the difference between master-planned and multi-developer communities. Master communities are developed under one unified vision, with coordinated infrastructure and amenities. Multi-developer areas involve multiple developers building within the same district, which can lead to greater variation in design and quality. Understanding this distinction helps assess long-term consistency and overall community positioning. Now, when we talk about metro lines in Dubai, a lot of people assume they cover the entire city and are accessible everywhere. And yes, many residents use the metro daily, especially commuting between home and work. However, it's important to understand that the metro network does not run through all of Dubai. If we observe the Dubai metro, we see that it does not cover the entire city. There are two working metro lines currently in the city. The red line primarily runs along Sheikh Zayed Road. The green line serves older areas such as Deira and Bur Dubai. There have been discussions of new lines, but there is only one confirmed addition, that is the blue line, which will extend connectivity toward Academic City. Etihad Rail is also planned, aiming to connect the Emirates and eventually the wider GCC region. The two confirmed stops of this rail in the city include Al Jadaf and Jumeirah Golf Estates Phase 2. Why does all of this matter to you as an investor? Because when you're buying off-plan, it's very easy to get pulled into the hype of a new launch. The key is seeing where new supply fits into Dubai's long-term strategy under the Dubai 2040 Urban Master Plan. Growth is planned, not random, so smart decisions beat short-term trends. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications. And if you have any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. I'll do my best to respond.
Bintaj Real Estate, the future of global property investment, where trust becomes legacy.